Alright, hey guys, welcome back to the video, and today let me give you a quick basics of sailing in war sails, and also in this video, if you got anything else to say that I didn't say in the video, list down below in the comments, help out the fellow folks, and all of that in between. But, yeah, so obviously, if you don't know how to get a ship, you gotta go to a port city, okay? You be right over here, you say go to port, you go to manage fleet. Go over here to the left one. That's what they have in the town. You buy this, then you have them in your, you know what I'm saying, in your column or in your, section. Press confirm, then you press set sail right over here. Boom. Now, I'm gonna tell you first, like the things about sailing on the campaign map, and then sailing inside of a battle. Okay. So sailing the campaign map. Here's the thing. When you sail on the deeper parts of the water, the deep blue, like the dark blue, your fleet condition will go down over time. Okay, lighter ships, their fleet condition goes down a lot quicker than, for example, heavy ships that I have in my fleet. Okay, now, when it comes to rivers, fleet condition will not be hurt. Okay, and also when it comes to the outskirts, you see how it gets lighter. In the light water, your ship condition will not go down. But it will go down, obviously, in battles. When you're in a storm like this, they go down extremely fast when you're in a storm. Avoid these. And also when you're in deep water. So if I go to deep water right over here, I'm going to start losing. As you can see, I'm already starting to lose a little bit. And every time you hear like that ding, that means you're losing a little bit more. And I'll go into the storm real quick just to show you. When you're in the storm, it loses a lot quicker, as you can see. See, it's just like going down by 1% like every couple seconds. And now I'm in deeper water. It's still going to go down, but it's not as fast. Okay? And that's just something you're going to have to get used to. And, obviously, when you get to another port, it will cost to repair. The more expensive your ships are, the more it will cost to repair. So be ready for that. And before you can upgrade the ship, you need to repair it. Okay? Now, now that you have that down pat, like that's pretty much all it really is. And also, on top of that, if you look at your, like, wherever you, like, tell them to go, right? The ship to go, you see, like, arrows. Those arrows are pointing which way the air is moving. The wind is moving. If you move in that direction with the wind, your speed increases like crazy. By 1 or even sometimes by 2. But if you try to go against the, as you can see right over here, the wind patterns change as well depending which way you're going. But if you pay attention to this, going this, like, kind of like the way it kind of tells you to go, it might not make you directly go straight to wherever you're going, but you might get there faster by, like, you know what I mean? Zigzagging around with the wind position. Alright? Now, when it comes to a battle, let's get into a battle. Here we go. Right over here. You're gonna get into a battle. Boom, boom, boom. You're gonna hit attack. Here's how much ships each person has. Alright. Let's do it. So now, when you start, you got this right over here. These, by the way, they get opened up. What's it called? You need to open these up with like some skills and some perks. I'm gonna make a video about this further. Okay. But for the main part in the beginning, you're going to have enough slots for 3, and 3 is plenty slots for ships. You get to this position right over here. You can choose if you want to mainly have infantry troops. You pick this option when you want to board enemy ships. Or if you want to have mainly ranged troops. You pick this option if you want to just like, you know what I mean? Like skirmish, but not engage. And those 2 words are going to be important because for the next thing I'm going to tell you, right? But I like to have a mix because sometimes I like doing either or, you know. And also on top of that, you can also do preferences to shields, throwing weapons, heavy armors, higher tiers, and lower tiers. So you can really min-max it, okay? But then you hit ready. And if you had companions, you could kind of drag them like you could in regular battles. Now, here's the important thing. F1, F3 means something different here, okay? Something I had to learn. F1, F3 means you're going to skirmish. So if you send your ships to F1, F3, right? Or whatever the like everyone attack button is on consoles. You know what I mean? Whichever the one is just to like straight up go and attack, right? That's what F1 F3 is called on PC, right? So that what that does is they're gonna go engage. No, they're not gonna go engage. They're gonna go to the enemy and they're gonna shoot their bow and arrows right next to them. They're not going to actually try to, what do you call it? Try to get on the enemy ship. They're not gonna try to board it. If you want them to board the ship, you have to press F1 F4. That's pretty much F1 F3 is called skirmish in this mode. F1 F4 is called engage. I'm gonna show you both, but it's a different thing. Okay, so let me show you. So I'm gonna do F1 F3, right? And again, I don't know what this is on console, but whatever the attack, like everyone attack button is, I think it's a different button on there too. The everyone attack button, now what it does is it makes them kind of just like shoot at them. But now, before we do that, let's look at this thing below my cam real quick, okay? Let me explain what this is. So the first Z, that is your sails, okay? You want to put your sails down whenever it's in the greens. When it's in the red, you put your sails up, okay? Also, when you want to slow down, you put your sails up, okay? You only put your sails down when it's in this green and you need to pick up that speed, okay? When it's in the green, you're picking up the speed, all right? I have a hybrid one, which all that means is I'm going to switch over to kind of show you. The green spots will change, okay? Because each sail has different green spots or different sweet spots and different type of wind it could take, right? And if you have a hybrid, you can switch between the sails so you can really min-max and go faster in different positions, okay? That's the bonus to a hybrid sail. The oars, you press it once, it goes to, first it's at both oars. And like all the oars are being occupied, right? When it's 2 oars. When it's 1 oar, half oar, that means half the oars are being occupied. Not like it's on one side or something like that. That's not how it works. It's just they use every other one and they skip a oar, okay? You do this, you do half oar when you're getting close to the enemy and you have like a full ship full of archers, right? You would then slow it down a little bit so they can start shooting, right? And then you take all them off if you do have archers and you want to fully, completely stop a little bit farther away from the enemy. You might as well take everybody off oars. There's no reason for them to be sitting down and just all get to shooting. All right? Does that make sense? And then obviously full oars is to go as fast as you can. All right? And then C is to like your view mode. You have a view mode of like this one, aerial, bird view. Then you have one that's more like on the ship, right, where you're either like holding this or you're like standing there commanding, or the ram kind of like camera, like when you're about to ram somebody, you kind of like see like you know what I mean, the frame by frame of it. Okay, now let me show you each thing. Okay, so sail, Z for sail, we put both of them down, right? You see the green boxes. Now if I go to a different one, boom, I switch over to just that sail. Now the green boxes have moved. See it? Just like that. Now the oars, again, we're going to actually go over here so I can show you how the oars work. Half the guys get off the oars. Once I go to half oars. All guys get off the oars if I go to no oars. All guys get back on. And then for the, that's the ram view. That's the aerial view. And that's kind of like the, here's your guy view. Okay? And also, there are some ships that have a weapon. If you have a weapon equipped, it's literally the right mouse button. Or it probably tells you what it is on, you know what I'm saying, on consoles. That's like the other thing that would be here above the sails, okay? But now, as we can see, like I said, I told them to go F1, F3. That means that they're only going to skirmish. As in, they're going to start just shooting bows and arrows next to each other. If the enemy invades them, they're going to fight back. But they're not going to engage the enemy. As in, they're not going to try to board the enemies. See? Now, if I go F1, F4, that goes to engage. Now, they're going to get to the side of the enemies, and they're going to try to engage them. Now, in the sailing, for you, right? If you want to, obviously, if I want to, let's say, for example, stop right here. I had a lot of archers. I'll put both my sails up. I would put my oar guys away, and I would shoot from here, right? But let's say I wanted to engage the enemy, as in, like, attempt to board their ship. You just need to pull up to the side of them, okay? So put your sails back up. Put your oars back in position. And actually, you might want to put sails down when you turn, right? It's much easier to turn without the sails. And we're going to slowly turn. They might die by the time we actually get over there. So we'll just do another battle. Because we do have a huge ship. And it takes time to turn, brother. It takes time to turn. Are they about dead? Yeah, they're about dead. We're going to have to do one more battle after this. Show you, like, actually how you do it, okay? Yeah, they're dead. We'll retreat. We'll give the last 3 a break, alright? But that's how you control them. F1, F3 is skirmish. F1, F4 is to engage. Okay? But now let's go find, like, one of their friends. Wherever they're at. Anybody? Hello? There's no Sea Raiders left. There you are. I want to get, not disorganized. Okay. Brother, you're not escaping me. Alright. Now, let's show you how you can do things. Obviously, I also have a ram, so I'm going to try to ram as well. Okay? So, again, sails up, full oars. There's our enemy. Actually, no, not full sails. As you can see, we are in the red. That means we're against the sails. So we want to put our sails fully up because we're in the red. If you're in the red and you put your sails up, you're going to stay in your place, right? But now we know that they're going to come at us a lot faster. So ramming probably is not the best idea for us. But we do have a ram. And for the ram to be successful, all you have to do is literally just ram it into them. If you, like, successfully, like, hit their hull, like, you know what I mean, like the side of their ship with the ram, does a huge amount of damage and you can sink the ship. I don't recommend sinking the ship, though. I'll be honest with you. You might do it for fun, but if you sink the ship, there's not gonna be a chance for you to get the ship after, and the ships can be worth a lot, and they can upgrade your fleets because you can get ships in this game after the loot screen. So what I do is I board their ships. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. Okay. So you saw how to stop. So you can do that with the archers if you want to. But again, if you had a lot of infantry, we're gonna board now. We are slow though right now because the wind is not in our favor. A little slow boy over here. The guy got a beanie on in front of me, bro. Alright. Now we're getting close. We could actually hit this. Let's hit this ram first. We're gonna hit this. I think we're gonna hit this. No, we're not. No. There we go. It was a weak ram because obviously we hit it just at the edge. But really good rams also give you morale boosts. This is one thing I forgot to mention. Alright. Now that we're here, as you can see, it lets us pick the ship, right, that we're close to. And then we can press R to attempt boarding. What does that mean? That means these guys are going to start throwing hooks. You see our guys throwing hooks? Once a hook lands, we're going to pull the ship to us. And as you can see, it gives us another option over here. This means we are hooking them. There will then come a time after this battle ends where we will have the option to press X to unhook. So you cannot use your oars while you are hooked. Whether you hook the enemy or they hook you. For you to then become unhooked, you can tell your guys to unhook the grappling hooks by pressing X, and it takes some time to do. Okay? But as you can see, we're now pulling them in. I don't need to be on here no more. I can take all these guys. Well, they're going to come off the oars anyways. But right now, we're just pulling them in. Just the time you could use to get some shots in. Sometimes it takes a long time. As you can see, that ship is blocking us right now, which is kind of annoying. But we're slowly getting... Because look, they're hooking into us while we're hooking into them. You know what I mean? So it's kind of awkward. But as you can see, Once we get close enough, they're gonna put the nets up. And then you can go over. We already killed all of them. Alright, but here are the nets. Cool, cool. And then later on, you can cut these nets. What's it called? Boom. But we already won. But if I was to control this again, I don't know if it's gonna let me do it now. There you go. See? I can press X. And now they're gonna cut those nets. Are they? Or are they gonna keep celebrating? Did they? They're too busy celebrating. But they would cut the nets in the, you know, if they weren't celebrating. But that's sailing, okay? Hopefully that's like all the basics covered for you. Let me know anything else, and see you in the next one.